do the same thing over and over again that already failed with the audience. Keeps getting massive dislikes, mass ratioed, and he keeps trying. And then Monday, Jey Uso in his promo said that I'm better than you, LA Knight. And then the report before Raw even happened was that management and the higher ups sees Jey Uso as a better wrestler than LA Knight. Might I remind you that Saturday night's main event with CM Punk happened? Might I remind you that Jey Uso still has the worst spear of all time? Might I remind you that the dude gets tired during his promos and then he has to huff and puff his way through the promos while forgetting his lines. LA Knight may have botches, but then LA Knight recovers from the botches. Jey Uso will sit there and try to dive to the outside and fall on his neck and fall on his head. Dude already failed as a main eventer. He already failed as a single star. So Triple H just realized that his plan didn't work and then put him back with Jimmy. Every single thing that Jey Uso does gets defended by the Shills too. And then they'll say some stupid garbage like, well, to be fair, it's only online. The arenas love it. They only love it because they're there, because they paid an arm and a leg to be there. There's no possible way that they'll sit there and actually sit on their hands and do nothing after spending all that money. It's just a vocal minority. 2 million people versus 2,000 people in the arenas. 2 million people watching at home and 2,000 people in the arenas. Which one is the minority here? The people in the arenas or the people? And then they'll say, well, to be fair, his merch sales. Yeah, but his merch sales, I mean, I usually see parents mass buying Jey Uso's stuff for their kids or whatever, or the Gen Zs who like to dance and eat because all they know is mediocrity. Those are the people who buy the shirts too. I don't see any hardcore fans buying Jay's shirt as much. When it comes to the 18 to 49 demographic, which is the most important demographic for pro wrestling, all that stuff was kind of pushing away that demographic. Oh, and especially during running it back like matches during Royal Rumble and War Games, when we don't need to see the yeeting garbage again, we get it again. And then again, and then the ratings go down. When Jey Uso was world champion, the ratings were down heavily. But it's just a vocal minority. Jey Uso gets ratioed every single time that he wins a match that he has no business winning, or being in a promo segment that he has no business being in. And it still doesn't work. Jey Uso underperforms every single thing that he does because some people just aren't meant to be a single star, let alone a main eventer. The crowd chose LA Knight, but Triple H refuses to choose him. It's so bad to the point where he was seen 3 years ago at Money in the Bank saying great things come to those who wait. And then nothing happened. The LA Knight botches, but failed to mention that Jey Uso botches 1,000 times more. We had and then we had Jey Uso himself say, yeah, I gave bad performances. I was always gassed, I just wasn't ready for it. All on Cody's podcast on What Do You Want to Talk About. Jey Uso, he admitted that he's not built for the main event scene. But for some reason, but they're still trying to go for it. After Jey Uso admitted himself out his own mouth that he's trash in the ring when it comes to this main event push. Came from the man's own mouth, but then you'll have people still defending it and say, well, the hate is forced. It's so... And so, I don't even know what to call it for real. Jey Uso and LA Knight were in a segment with the Bloodline on Monday. And then as soon as Jey Uso got out of the ring, he was trying to catch his breath. Mind you, Jimmy was in the ring before Jey even got there, and even Jimmy was fine. Jey didn't even eat it on Monday either. So he didn't eat. All he did was walk to the ring. After the promo segment ended, Jey was gassed. He was tired. He was, and this is the person Triple H desperately wants to be the world champion over LA Knight. It's ridiculous and it's stupid. It makes zero sense. Jey botches constantly more than LA Knight. Jey Uso forgets his lines like crazy, and then he does and then he gets more gassed. His own promos make him exhausted. And then when it times to actually get to the match and a bell rings, it's like it's honestly day and night. LA Knight botches, but Jey Uso botches 10 times more. Might I remind you, WrestleMania 40 happened with Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso. Might I remind you, Saturday night's main event happened between CM Punk and Jey Uso. Probably one of the worst matches of 2025 was Jey Uso versus CM Punk. It got so bad to the point where CM Punk had to kick Jey Uso in the head for botching a simple neck breaker. The same bump that he's taken 15 years prior. Jey Uso forgot how to do a neck breaker. It's ridiculous. Him winning the King of the Ring got almost 100,000 dislikes. And it shows that it's just the audience. The audience is to blame too, because they pay their $100 million to be there in attendance. So what do? They'll chant for anything, for anybody. They'll chant for heels. They'll chant for faces. They'll chant for the heels insulting them. Anything, really. They'll boo the heels, but then when the heels do their finishers on the faces, they'll say, one more time, one more time. I remember Saturday night's main event when Sol Ruka got hit with the manhandle slam. And then they said, boo, Becky. And then they were like, one more time, one more time. And so she did it one more time. And then they booed Becky after they told her to do it one more time. These modern audiences are nothing but idiots and trained seals that are just ready to cheer for anything, really. And it's the fact that people will sit there and defend Jey like this. You know, I don't see many people over the age of 30 defending him, because the 29, like the 18 to 49 demographic, that is the base, like that is the real demographic for pro wrestling fans. And to see that they just keep making the same mistake, it's just, and then on top of that, you have him pin LA Knight and then suck LA Knight back into the bloodline vortex, all on purpose, because as soon as he starts to get over, they do something stupid. I remember when he was starting to get over and then they wrote him off TV when he got crushed by the tsunami on top of the car, and then he was written off TV. You know, there's always something that involves LA Knight being pushed back and his momentum being sabotaged whenever he gets too over. I mean, it's hard not to notice. There's been years where LA Knight, when it comes to the Money in the Bank match, he gets so close to the briefcase. He touches the briefcase and then something happens. He gets curb stomped by Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins, or something like that, or Damian Priest winning, and then the audience just goes silent. Not booing, not cheering, just sadness. The crowds have always chosen LA Knight, but Triple H he's just so dead set on mid-event Jey Uso. It's honestly kind of sad. But anyways, this headline says fans online slam Jey's recent SmackDown win, and earlier they keep trolling the fans. And then the sad part is, you got Triple H telling the fans to F off, and then you got Jey Uso saying, haha, stay mad. He's talking about the fans. It's ridiculous. So you got Jey Uso disrespecting the fans, and then you got Triple H trying to drive away the fans who don't like everything that he does. Trolling the fans isn't going to help the business. It's definitely not going to help Jey Uso get over. It's bad enough that he can't wrestle on his own without significant problems in the ring. It's honestly ridiculous. It's so sad. Talking about some haha, stay mad. But then you got Jey Uso having fans question, is he drunk or high whenever he posts on Instagram? It's ridiculous, man.